It's been a week since I made a video, but you guys have been seeing them every day because I made a bunch. So, and you're not going to see this one for a couple days. I want to mention, first of all, I think I already did a video on my Trans Yellow, already done, but now I've done Trans Red. So that's awesome. Thanks, Jeff, for the inspiration. So that took a little while, and I don't want to lose those. Okay. I just got back from a business trip. I was up in the mighty Sault Ste. Marie. No, Sudbury. They both begin with the letter S. Sault Ste. Marie's a little farther. But I was in Sudbury for a couple days doing a network migration, replaced switches and APs and did some cabling and documentation. And I came back and I found three Bricklink orders that have showed up. And the Bricklink orders that I showed up were to complete these pieces that are still out here. I don't know which 3 Bricklink orders I got, but these guys were on it because I'm trying to remember. There was pieces missing. I know some of these pieces. What's missing this guy? Might have been robot. So, anywho, I'm going to open up Bricklink orders. Oh, should have blocked it out. Should have Bricklink orders. This is from Mr. Good Deal. Oh, from Ontario. Fantastic. Usually when I do Bricklink, I always look at the Ontario stores first. And then I, whoosh, this guy. I'm going to tilt this down a little bit more. There we go. Put that over here. Get out of the way. So this Bricklink order was for, oh, not even this guy. This was for another guy. So I'm going to move him out of the way. It's for this guy. So this was an extra piece that he had in the store that I just thought in the light gray I wanted. So, but I ordered them for these guys. And that guy was to, that part was to, because if you look in here, that guy is white. And it's supposed to be light gray. So now it is light gray. I'm not saying that this set is complete yet. I just realized that it's not complete yet because it's missing one of these things. I'm sure it's missing other things too, which I will get to. There we go. Maybe not. There we go. So that's on there. I'm still missing the doors, but I know I have the doors. I just haven't found them yet. This is why I'm doing a whole bunch of sorting. What else was missing? I can't remember now. So put that over there. These 2 are now spares, which I will need because I won't go into it right now, but I found yet another lot last weekend, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. So then we'll go into this guy, another Bricklink order. This probably came from outside of Canada. Christian, Sheffield. I don't know where that is. It doesn't actually say country of origin. Orthez. I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's another Bricklink order. Woohoo! Let's see what I got in this one. This is for this one. So we'll get this guy back over here. This is, I mentioned that I found one of these during a cleanup, so I didn't have to put, I was missing this guy right here, and I found them when I was doing some cleanup, so I don't need those, but I can now have some spares, which I may need for, no, maybe not that guy, but I needed this piece to complete the, I think 6940, I think, again, I don't remember specific numbers of most of the sets, but now this guy is complete. has all the trans green. And I got this one to replace this one on here because I'm just going to take this off because I can. I'm going to take this guy off because this is one of my originals. It's quite faded. It's quite yellowed. And I wanted to make this guy as complete as possible. Make it look as nice as possible. So I'm going to put that there. Come on. Down there. So now this guy is complete. Woot! Very happy with that. And I got some extra pieces. Can't complain about that. I got some extra pieces for other builds that I'm sure I'm going to be completing at some point. And now the big box. I don't know what I ordered. I can't remember what I ordered. It's probably the wing plates. This came from this thing. Where did this come from? Nordy Brick. Thank you, Nordy Brick. So that's a country of origin. I don't see that on here. So I'm not gonna worry about that, but Nordy Brick, thanks much. And I'm going to open this up. Here's me unwrapping this box not as nicely as possible. It is a box. Oh my goodness. Nordy Brick taped their box as well. So, just so they wouldn't get lost in shipping. And you've got to be kidding me. Well, I can't fault them for it. This entire big box, Nordy Brick. And this is what came in. It came in secure, so I'm gonna give them that. It was very, very securely wrapped. The box was securely, and this was for this guy to start because I wanted to finish this guy properly, and so I'm gonna take this guy apart, put that there, and put that there, and then have to migrate all these pieces over. I know I have lots of these guys built already, but they're in the layout. So having this guy, so that's where I used all my original pieces. I think I got 12 of these guys for the layout somewhere. But now he's complete. Yay! So that's one thing done. The grappler, what was the grappler for? I don't know if these things are supposed to be. See this guy. See, right? See the grappler. So this is going to be fun because trying to get these things off, these things get brittle as they get older, and they will sometimes break. So you have to be very careful. I try to be as gentle as possible with these. Oh, so here's a story, because I like stories, you know that. So I got the 6880 for Christmas one year, and I got 3 other sets, the 6890 and the 6842, or a few other ones. When I put the grappler together the first time, I offset them like that. That's how I did it. I didn't look at the instructions clearly, and I thought, well, this is kind of stupid that they did that. Am I supposed to get like an opposite side? I didn't realize at the time, yeah, it's supposed to do that. So, anywho, so now that guy's done. So he is done, I think. What else do I got here? So I got some extra in case I want to make more. I went out of 1x1 bricks with studs on all top sides. I got more of these because, again, I don't have any gray ones left. I got a whole bunch of black ones, so I got those as spare pieces. And I got all of these because I mentioned that I had run out of trans red antennas and trans yellow antennas. So, and that was specifically for this guy. The trans red antennas go in the back here. Take the robot off. So, and again, when I reconstitute these sets, I always usually use white to differentiate the pieces I still need. So another red on there, and I'm going to change these to trans yellow. So here's me putting the trans yellow in here. And that is good. Very, very good so far. I know that trans yellow antennas are very, very rare. So there's that. But then I also have to, this is the fun part, I have to replace this white piece in the bottom. So I'm going to be very careful taking this thing apart. There we go. That was fun. Put that back on there. Put that back in the back. Live. That goes back on top like that. And that goes there. So now, this guy, I believe, is complete. Except for, again, I have to find my tiles, which I know I have, so I didn't bother ordering them. I will find my tiles, but I'm going to mark this guy as complete for now. And I'm going to put them over here. And then I have a whole bunch of spare red ones. 2, 4, 6, 8 spare red and 1 spare yellow, just in case I get another Gamma 5. No, I mean, again, when this is what I know. Some people, when they go to Bricklink, they ordered the specific parts they want, no more, no less. Usually, and again, it's not 100%, it's not written in stone. Usually when I order pieces, I see how many, like when it came to like these guys, how many pieces they had in the store. Like the easy buy now is fantastic, so it tries to limit the number of stores that you're looking for parts, and so you only have one shipping charge. This one was like 3 different stores, but I did 3 different days for Bricklink orders. I needed one. I know I did need one, but I needed one. So I looked at it, and the guy had two of these. So I said, I'm just going to grab them both. Because why not? Right? When it came to the red antennas, I needed just a few. But I said, ordering 2 or ordering 10 means no difference on the shipping charges, and the pieces are whatever they are. So I'm going to order 10 instead of 2. I can't remember how many he had. Maybe it was 10. If it was 11, I would have ordered 11. I would have taken the entire lot. If he had 100, I only need 2. I'm only going to order 10. And again, it also depends on the specific pieces. Like if it's an expensive piece, yes, that's the only piece I need. That's the only piece I'm going to buy because it's expensive. But if it's like a common piece or an inexpensive piece, and he's got 10 of them, I'm going to just order all 10. This hasn't been too much of a problem for me, nor has it been a problem for the Bricklink owner. I've had one out of all the years I've been ordering from Bricklink. It said 10 on the Bricklink store, and I ordered 10. He goes, oh, I only have 9 or 8, so we have to redo it. Fine, just send me all 9 or 8, whatever. I didn't need 10, I needed 2, but because I know I'm going to be using these even with this guy, right? This guy, I had to add another antenna. Right, so it is what it is, right? And the thing is that I'm not just using these things for the reconstitution of old actual Lego sets. I'm going to use these in my layout. I'm going to use these for other builds. So normally I will order more than I need. Depending on the price of the part and how many parts they have in the lot. So I'm happy now that he's complete. You can go back in there. This guy, I guess I'm still waiting for a Bricklink order because I'm looking for that guy and to fix the old one that I have in a bag because, again, I didn't have any more. A 4x4 notch on the 8x8 wing plate. I only had 3x4s, so I substituted weight here. And I think this guy is 100%, in the antennas. Maybe that's trans red in fact there too. Look at that. So I needed 4 trans red, not just 2. But I ordered a lot, so there you go. So they got the trans red back there. I think it's trans red. I haven't looked it up. Might be trans yellow. If it's trans yellow, I'm screwed because I only have 1 spare. So I honestly can't remember, and I don't think I have it out here. I think it's in a bin. So those were a fun set of orders to come home to. I'm very happy. I got some spares of parts that I know I have in abundance anyway, but I have used them all up. These things were, I won't say innocuous. I guess these things were pretty much standard in a lot of sets back in the classic space days. But I reconstituted a whole bunch of sets. And I built a huge base layout. So, I mean, this is where I'm going to use these kind of pieces. So I don't have the pieces I thought I had because I used them all up. And so I don't mind, also for the purposes of these videos, because it gives me something to talk about, I don't mind going on Bricklink to order these spare pieces that, you know, I can and will use at some point. I have downsized these guys. I got 6 or 7 baggies now of, you know, trans yellow and trans red that I'm going to be bringing to Bricklink to sell. And this is the flip side. I am now on the selling part, which I've never really done before until Bricks in the 6th. But I'm liking it. I'm liking it because I'm feeling more comfortable with my storage and my sorting, and the fact that it's not the nicest thing to say, but it's the way I'm gonna have to, it's the only way I can say it easily. Spreading the wealth, if you want to call it that, because of my I've said this many times. I have been utterly blessed in this hobby over the years because I'm one of the few that never had a dark ages. First of all, I've always played with Lego since my earliest memories. I've never stopped. But because of my, we'll call it passion, just to make it easier, because of my passion for this hobby back in the day and still to this day, I've never had a dark ages of buying Lego. And I want to be very clear about this because people have heard the stories. There was a dark ages for me buying new sets, and it was the 90s and the mid 90s especially. That doesn't mean I didn't buy any Lego in the 90s, new Lego off the store shelf, the RCX being the big huge thing, and you know. but I did not have dark ages of buying Lego when it comes to the used market. And I started buying used Lego back in high school when I put the ad in the paper. And the high school for me was mid 80s when I left high school, after 1985, 1986, when I left high school. So it was, Classic Space was still being sold in the stores, but it was the newer Classic Space was these guys and not, you know, the original 3 digits and the original 6.9 7.0s and beta 1s and stuff like that. It was a later on, and Futron was just coming out in 86, 87, I think, around there. So when I put the ad in the paper, everybody's my age. So everybody's going to have comparable collections that I had. Not in size, but in substance. And so I got some Classic Space and a lot of 70 sets too, the fire stations and stuff like that, the pre-mini figs, which I still love. But then after high school, when I was in college, the buying waned because I was in college, but the garage selling and the flea markets, I started hitting those in my 20s. I had my license, I got out. And then when I moved out on my own and I put the ad in the paper, that was my mind was blown about how fantastically awesome that was, for getting lots of Classic Space. And so, and it just goes on, and I've mentioned many stories about the internet, how I got 12 Galaxy Explorers one year just by bidding on them on the eBay, and straight up, we did shows, hobby shows, toy trading doll shows, blah blah blah, and at these shows there'd be vendors selling stuff, and buddy Jeff and I and other people would walk around. And some of these vendors who were selling G.I. Joes and whatever else's, they would have a box of Lego. Oh, and this is before, quote unquote before, some Mega Block, but I didn't see it. And so you buy a box of random bits, which had Classic Space in it. So, and other sets. And when I saw Lego back then, I would just buy it 99% of the time. If I found a bin, oh, sure. What are you asking for it? If it was a stupid amount, then no, I would not buy it. But overall, these people at these vendors, they weren't there to sell a Lego. They were there to sell the stuff mitten package, like Mark Hamill, like Luke Skywalker in the Kenner box from 1977. That's where their moneymaker. They have underneath their desk, underneath their table, a box, Lego, $10, whatever, a bin. And so, and then the Kijiji showed up. And again, I looked on Kijiji when Kijiji was first out there, and I went and drove all over southern Ontario, basically in the Golden Horseshoe, and I picked up Rubbermaid totes of Lego for $300, like 2 Rubbermaid totes, the big ones, full of Lego for $300. Perfect, right? And so I wasn't very refined in my buying back then. If there was a ton of Lego and I saw classic space in it, I would buy it. And that went on. And then eBay, as I said, with the Galaxy Explorers, and then the monorail. I got a ton of monorail off of eBay before people started jacking up the price. And so, but I was there at every step of the way for the buying of Lego. And I was there, quote unquote, at the beginning or near the beginning, where people weren't realizing at the time, because it wasn't at the time, that Lego can be sold for lots of money. And so I got tons of monorail. I got tons of old classic space sets. I got tons of Galaxy Explorers. I got tons of all this stuff because I was interested. I wasn't attached. I had lots of disposable income. And what else am I doing with my money? I'm not drinking. I'm not boozing. I'm not womanizing. I'm not doing recreational pharmaceuticals. That's not my lifestyle. I'm not into cars. I'm not into clothes. I had literally nothing to spend my money on besides putting the roof over my head and clothes and hanging out with my friends at Tim Hortons area and, going camping every once in a while. I did not have a flamboyantly expensive lifestyle, which is always okay because I didn't have a big job to spend where I got lots of money. But in the end, I had lots of money or enough money to buy Lego, and I never stopped buying. And so I went through all those 80s and 90s and 2000s and 2010s buying used Lego. And as the 2000s showed up, I got a little more refining in my purchase. I wasn't just buying anything that was reasonably priced. But if I saw a used lot that had classic space in it, oh, I'm interested. If I didn't get it, oh well, but usually I call up the person and I get it. But a lot of people out there did not have the luxury, did not have the wherewithal to do that during that time, during all those times, putting the ad in the paper pre-internet, going on Kijiji as soon as it showed up, going to eBay as soon as it showed up, blah, blah, blah. What else am I doing with my time? And this is how my collection is this big. So I was 100%, and then I had friends that encouraged me, that nobody naysayed my hobby loudly. Nobody naysayed it. They were supportive. My friends were supportive of me as my hobby. They didn't want to partake in it, but they were, hey, Dave's playing Lego. That's fantastic. What robot are you building today? Kind of thing. They helped me with programming. They helped me with, setting up and, pontificating on how you can make the robot better when I was doing all those robot competitions back in RTL Toronto. So I was 100% blessed in my entire life when it comes to this specific hobby. And I've been talking to other people that are hardcore Lego fans, hardcore than me, which is easy to do because I'm not a hardcore Lego fan, the evidence aside. But they did not have the opportunities that I've had over my life. And so spreading the wealth is not the most nicest term to use because it's like, I'm rich and you're not. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I do feel to satiate I'm a little discombobulated by how messy and how full and how much stuff I have in here. I mentioned that in the other video, but I'm not going to redress that. But in order to address that, my discombobulation, as well as knowing that there are 100% huge fans out there, just like me, who never got my opportunities, which is sad. Dude, got you covered as far as I can. And again, so this is where I'm doing. But anyway, I reconstituted this guy fully now, I think, and this guy, except for the doors, which I'm going to find. This guy is still waiting for the wing plates, which I have in another Bricklink order. This guy is, I'll have to look. I think he's 100% finished. I believe he is anyway. So there's that. And when I get the wing plates, and I don't know, again, I know I ordered them. Just can't remember who. I'm going to mark these 3 as complete. And I'll see what I still have remaining. I'm going to dig out the other one, the FX Star Patroller, in my bins, which is going to be a big pain in the butt because there's a lot of bins out there. And I'm going to finish that one properly too. So this is my plan. I hope you stick around for it. This is going to drop next week, next Monday, and 2 days from that day. So when you see this video, it'll be 2 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I will be driving to Montreal to Brickomany. And so I'm so looking forward to that. I do have to do some monorailing. I do have to make some power cables, not just for me, but for some of my friends. And so I'm going to be making videos on those, but those are going to drop leading up to Brickomany. So that's my plan. It's already a week before. It's 8 days when I'm filming this, but you guys will not see this until 3 days before Brickomany. And so I'm going to try to be cognizant of that and talk about Brickomany and how much fun it's going to be. And then I'm going to do a post wrap up after Brickomany. I don't think I'll be doing too many videos at Brickomany except for the show videos, which I'm going to do and probably post on the day of. So there's going to maybe I don't know what I'm going to do yet. There may be a couple of videos dropped per day because there's going to be my scheduled ones that I'm going to be filming this week, getting all this stuff ready for Brickomany, and the ones I'm going to take at Brickomany, which I'm going to probably just upload that day. I might even do a live like I did at Bricks in the Six, but I'll let you know. So that's my plan. Glad to talk to you. Hope everybody's doing well. I got some other things I want to talk about. I got a lot on the weekend at a garage sale. It was fantastic, absolutely fantastic lot, but I don't know if I'm going to have time because I got the show in a week. So that's what I'm going to be working on. So you guys out there, stay safe, take care, and I will talk to you soon.